Hi humans, and welcome to the Unleash and Unveil community. Today I'm going to talk about how to create a soulful offer that sells, which by the way, if you do anything in your business, this is the thing that you want to perfect. It's not your marketing. It's not how do I get more leads. Like, people honestly in business focus on all the wrong metrics. Take it from a retired TV producer. I did this and went to school for film and journalism and writing, and I worked in my field for 13 years for some of the top networks. And my main job as a development director was to walk into network boardrooms and sell a concept, sell a piece of paper. This is coming from a lot of expertise. Please focus on your offer. If you don't have a good offer that you know is going to sell, and you know that you feel excited about, and you know that truly is going to help somebody else, all of the other stuff is complicated. All of the other stuff for me honestly feels like I'm selling. I don't need to sell anything when I know that I have a product in the market that I know hands down people need, and I know people need it because I've done enough market research. By the way, if you don't know what market research is, I go into my market and I talk to people. Whether it's through the DMs, whether it's through a form, I ask people, what is it that you like about this program? What is it that you don't like? I get feedback. How can we make it better? If I were to create a program about blank, what would you feel you would need that would help you? Those are things that help you create your offer. So the very first thing that I'm going to teach you, which by the way, this is in order. The thing that I'm going to teach you, I'm going to break down 10 different concepts that you absolutely need in your sales page. Again, if you don't know what a sales page is, this is an opportunity to have one page that really talks about the offer, who it's for, who it's not for, the benefits, the features. All of those type of questions are going to be on that page. So the very first thing that I like to look at is, what are the first top 2 lines? How can I look at a sales page or look at an offer and know right away who it's for and what the transformation is? I see a lot of sales pages with too much information at the top, and my brain is like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I want to read this. This seems like a lot. So for this reason, I want you to put just 2 sentences that would explain your offer. And I'll give you an example. We have a signature program called Unleash and Unveil Your Soul Business. So right at the top, I'm going to have my logo, or at least I'm going to type out the words Unleash and Unveil Your Soul Business. Then underneath that, I'm going to very quickly say, this is a 12-week coaching program for conscious leaders and spiritual entrepreneurs who are ready to step into their success. And matter of fact, it's inevitable, right? Like right then and there, I'm like, tell me more. I'm a conscious leader. I'm a spiritual entrepreneur. This is interesting. This is a 12-week program. And yeah, I want to move into a place where success is inevitable, where my impact is the thing that's actually leading my income. From there, you want to scroll down, and the next section, you really want to qualify your ideal client. And the way you qualify your ideal client is by asking them very thought-provoking questions. Why is this important? I can't tell you, out of the hundreds of people that I've coached, everybody gets this wrong because they're not digging deep enough. You have to ask the questions that almost your ideal client doesn't even want to admit. It's like, are you waking up every single day and it's Groundhog's Day and you don't like what you do and you're feeling like there has to be more to life? Are you the type of person that you have a creative vision and a mission and a purpose, and you know that you're supposed to be serving the community? These are things that are deep fears for people. And so in this next section, people used to call this pain points. I call this problem areas because we don't want to play on people's pain. I believe that as conscious buyers and as conscious beings, we're actually past that pain. I kind of look at my past and I'm like, cool, all of that happened, not a problem. It got me to where I'm supposed to be now. So there's a lot of peace. There isn't like something that is making me feel gut wrenching and that I'm going to put in a copy to make somebody buy something. That is absolutely not what you want to do. Conscious buyers don't buy that way. But you do want to make sure that when they read it, they understand like, holy crap, yes, I feel that. Anybody in any situation, just know that people buy solutions to their problems. And if you can't effectively communicate what that problem is, nobody is going to buy the offer. And I'm just sorry to say it like that, but it's just really the honest truth. And I think as spiritual entrepreneurs, that's where we actually have the biggest problem. We're so kind of out of the box and ethereal. We're like, this is for everybody and anybody that wants to do this. But if you've done that before, I can guarantee you that has affected your sales, because people really need to feel like, holy crap, that is the one thing that I need to learn and I'm going to invest in that. Moving right along, I want you to start to keep in mind that in that section, you want to keep around 5 to 6, maybe 8 bullet points tops. How do you get those questions? Please do your market research. You want to go out and you want to ask people. Ask them, if I created a yoga and meditation program, what do you think would be helpful for you? Hey, if I created a business course, I want to know what is the thing that keeps stopping you from putting out your offer. Those are all things that you would be addressing in your offer, right? And you would be solving their problem. The next thing is, this is for you if. This is where you start to paint that picture of, if you're here, but you want to be over here, you start to actually qualify them even deeper. So the beginning part really highlights the problems. And in the next section, this really starts to highlight really what they desire. Do you feel like you want to be more in alignment with your body so that you can create a soul offer that feels expansive, where you don't have to go out and feel salesy? These are all things that you want to share with people, the transformation. And again, same thing, you want to put in like 5 to 6, maybe 8 bullet points tops. In this next section, you really want to look at, what is this? For the buyer who feels like, okay, I need a lot of information. What is this? You need to explain that in a few sentences. And I would probably put 2 paragraphs here. This is the 12-week program. Again, expand from the top, for conscious entrepreneurs who feel like they are desiring to bring a soul offer out into the market so that they can not only expand their income, but also feel like they're building a sustainable business. This is going to be a program that uses yoga philosophy, and it is going to connect us to our intuition so that we feel we're always making decisions from our highest self. Again, I'm making that up, but I really want you to start to think about, what is this, and try to explain it for a 5th grader. Moving right along. Who is this for? Really, you want to start to think about the personality, how this person moves. You really want to start to activate, who's my soulmate client? Like, who is, when I think about the ideal person that I would just be so excited to work with, what do they look like? How do they feel? How do they move? And really start to bring at least a few sentences on who this is for. This is for the person who feels like they're ready to get out of the rat race. They're ready to jump into entrepreneurship. They're ready to be in community. They're ready to step into their leadership. They're ready to put their work out in the world. They're ready to create massive income, massive change, like all of those different things. You want to use different words, but you want to share it there so that, again, when the person is reading it, they're like, this is for me. In this next part, what the promise, this is important. This is the thing that you're promising, that after they take this course, what are they going to get? How are they going to feel? Whatever it is, which, by the way, this kind of formula can be done for anything. This is for a digital course. This is for a retreat. This is for a workshop. At the end of the day, you have to know your offers like the back of your hand. If you don't, this to me is telling me that you don't know your ideal client. And if you don't know your ideal client, I'm going to tell you to stop and do more research. You should never create an offer and bring it out into the market without knowing that there's a market for it. And I really mean that. You're going to waste a lot of time. There's so many people who are like, oh, I have an idea, I'm going to put it out there. But this is why there's so much emphasis on doing research in any kind of company. Before they actually put their money into a program or into a business, you really want to make sure that there is a supply and a demand for this. Otherwise, you're going to be marketing to potentially crickets. This next part is all about the price. I want you to first ask yourself, how do you price this offer out? And you do this by looking at the features. How many things are you offering? Are you offering coaching? Are you offering access to you? Are you offering a community? How many hours does it take you to create the offer? Those are all things that you want to calculate. Right now, I really want to focus on the format of putting your offer together. And in another video, comment below, let me know if you want me to do another video on how you price it out. But assuming you already have the price, you want to make sure that you list that on the page. If for whatever reason you're not listing the price on the page and you rather do sales calls, that's fine, but make sure that you put a button there for an application. What would be the difference? I would just say, rule of thumb, anything that's over maybe $2,000, I would put an application for it and just really connect with the person and make sure that it is a good energetic fit. And that's just me personally. I feel like if I'm working with you on a one-on-one basis and I'm giving you my time, my energy, and you have access to me, I really want to know who you are. So that's my reasoning for potentially wanting to speak to somebody. This can just be a vibe check. This can be a 15-minute conversation. This can be a 20-minute conversation. Anything less than that, I really feel that the sales page, as long as we follow this format, should really be able to give them enough information for them to make an educated decision on their purchase. This next part is all about the timeline. You really want to give people the specifics on whether this is a 1-hour class, a 6-week course, a 10-week course, like breaking down the timeline. And I actually even break down the module. So I'll let people know in module 1, you do this, and then in module 2, you do that. And again, this really helps that logical buyer who feels like, what is this? What am I getting? I don't understand. Like, I just give them the brief summary of what everything in the program has so that they, again, can really feel like, holy crap, I need this, and that. Bingo, I'm making my decision. The next part is really the features. And the features is really giving us the opportunity to list all the little things that they get, whether it's the workbook, whether it's time with you, whether it's the calendar that they get, all of the features and all of the things that are inside of your program and what it offers, you really want to make sure that you lay that out. So in the timeline, you really focus on whether it's 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 1 year, whatever that is. So you make sure that that person knows the type of commitment that they're getting in. And then the features, you break down, okay, once they're in, what are the specific things that they get? If you're stuck here, I want you to think about this question. How long will it take for this person to get to the promise that you mentioned? Remember that I asked you to really get clear on what the promise is. After the 12 weeks, you're going to feel. After the 12 weeks, you're going to bring out your offer. After whatever it is, you want to start to ask yourself, how long is it going to take to get there? You know, if I was a trainer and I had a client and their desire was to get abs, I would not tell them in one session, you're going to get abs, because that's not realistic. I'm going to know, okay, I'm going to need at least 90 days with this person to achieve that goal. So I want you to start to ask yourself, how long is it going to take for me to achieve this goal of teaching them how to create a sales page, or teaching them how to market, or teaching them how to sell, or teaching them how to come back into their body? All of these things, they have a timeline. And of course, there can never be a specific, like in 76 hours. Like, you just want to give a rough estimate based on your expertise. Don't try to kill yourself too much with needing it to be perfect, because at the end of the day, you're working with human beings and every human is different. The last few things that I want to mention here, so that we have this complete sales page and this complete picture of how to put together our offer, is your bio. If you're creating a sales page, you really want to make sure that people know who the hell you are and what qualifies you. So very similar to how I talked about my background in TV at the beginning of this video, that qualified me to talk about this, because you already know, like, oh, okay, this girl's not playing. She went to school for film and media. Like, she knows what she's talking about. She did this for 13 years. And that helps you tune in a little bit more. I personally have written all of my sales page. This is something that you can outsource, but I really am going to encourage you to spend time in your offer. You don't need to be worried about anything else. And oh my God, humans, if you think that your website is the thing that you need to do that's going to drive the traffic in, I'm telling you, after 4 years of being a full-time entrepreneur, you're wrong. Unless you have SEO, which is a whole other thing, unless you have ads, unless you are ranking on Google, nobody is Googling your website and finding it. I'm so sorry to tell you that. They're just not. They weren't for me for a really long time. Your best energy and efforts, it's really going to be in this offer. When you put your love, your time, your energy, and you go out there and let's say you coach the first 5 clients, or you sell your products, whether it's a physical product or you host a retreat, whatever you do, when you have those first few clients, when you pour all of you into them, they're going to be your walking testimony and they're going to be your marketing. Once your business starts to actually become a little bit more profitable, then you can start to think about, okay, how am I going to create a marketing strategy around all of this? But honestly, none of that matters if your offer sucks, if you feel disconnected from it, if you feel like you're just doing this because of money, if you feel like this is what you have to do, like none of that matters. An ad is not going to help you, because an ad can't fix the fact that you can't articulate who you created this for and how does it help and what are the benefits and what are the features and what are the things that are included inside of this beautiful offer. And so part of putting together our offer for our soul business that actually sells is being the person that can articulate what's in it. Okay, humans, if you have found this video helpful, consider hitting that bell for the notifications, because every single single Monday at 12 noon EST. I'm bringing out more education. This is a free resource. This is something that honestly, I wish I had when I first started. When I first started my soul business, there was nobody doing these free YouTube videos. There were people who were doing webinars and they were selling you the courses afterwards. Like I literally just walked you through a module inside of my own paid program. And so make sure that you save this video, give this video a like, comment below if you want me to do another video, and go with peace, go with God.